Uh, Good evening once again. Today, now we are going to see Unit 9. In my yesterday class, we discussed Unit 8, Introduction to Applied Research. Today, we are going to discuss primary health care. So, primary health care in short term, we used to say PHC. Unit 9, it's a Introduction to Primary Health Care. Under Introduction to Primary Health Care, we are going to see the definition, concept of primary health care, then types, principles of PHC, elements of PHC, then ethical issues in community health. Even community health, the primary health care, community health is part of primary health care. So the ethical issues in community health also we are going to see. Then primary health care in Zambia. How Zambia as a country, as one of the signatory to Almata Declaration, how they are implementing primary healthcare convention, primary healthcare facilities using Almata conventions. That's the one we are going to see. Then organization of healthcare services in Zambia, which implementing the organizations responsible for implementing primary healthcare programs. Then school health programs. The school health program, which includes expanded program of immunization and water and sanitation. These are all the subtopics we are going to study under Unit 7. So mostly this Unit 9, it is going to give us an introduction about primary health care. So I hope you can able to recollect the first two units. The first two units, which talking about three type of care. Primary care, secondary care, and tertiary care. So whatever we are going to study here under primary health care, everything comes under primary and secondary and tertiary care. So the mechanisms evolved for primary, secondary, and tertiary under primary health care is the one we are going to discuss. If people are making noise, then I wanted to mute everyone. I'm going to mute everyone. Through this unit, after completing this unit, what I'm expecting from you, at the end of this unit, I'm expecting from you, you can able to describe the historical development and challenges of primary healthcare. That's what I'm at least end of this unit. You can able to use the name Almata Declarations. That's the one I'm expecting. That's why I put this as a learning objective. Describe the historical development and challenges faced by primary healthcare. Then I'm expecting you to define what is primary healthcare and able to describe the concept of primary healthcare. Then I'm also expecting various components, strategies, and principles were used to promote health among rural community. That's one under primary healthcare I'm expecting. You can able to describe the components, various components, strategies, and principles of primary healthcare I'm expecting. Then you also to understand the importance of ethical issues. You also understand the importance of ethical issues in community health. That also I'm expecting you to understand the ethical issues, providing ethical issues in community health. Then you can able to describe the organization of health systems and health services in Zambia. What kind of organizations were available to promote primary health care in Zambia and health services in Zambia? That is the one I'm expecting you. Then we can able to discuss the existing health service coverage and distribution within Zambia. Also, what is the role of state, then private actors, then non-governmental organizations. That's the one we are going to discuss under existing health services coverage and distribution. Then, and also expecting to understand the importance of school health services. Almost school health services are There are programs were implemented, but there is a need for implementing a integrated school health services is much more needed, but it is not there. But we are going to discuss the importance of school health services in Zambia. So these are all the learning objectives. I'm set it up for this unit 9. So it is going behind 7. I supposed to make it 5, but it's okay to. It covers the broader areas under primary healthcare. So now I'm moving to the introduction. Primary healthcare. It become primary healthcare become a core policy of World Health Organizations after Alma-Ata Declaration in 1978, and that is the conference that declared health for all by the year 2000. That's a declaration that were made during Alma-Ata conference. But there is a history behind it. The primary healthcare, previously, primary healthcare was not seen as a major component globally, but there is a people's movement called the World Health Assembly. There is a people's movement called World Health Assembly. That World Health Assembly were emerged, though it is emerged in Europe, but it is picked up by several other continents, especially Latin American continent were given a push to push through World Health Assembly, because the World Health Assembly is developed among the people's movement. NGOs, civil societies, and activist groups. These groups came up during 1980s to raise the voices against the government, to give importance to health. That's the background. World Health Assembly emerged. That World Health Assembly is the first organization or first people's movement to talking about health for all. Previously, the health it's not the responsibility of state before 1978. It is an individual responsibility. But because of the effort made by World Health Assembly, which consisting of civil society organizations around the globe, though it is emerged in Europe, but it is taken up by many continents. The civil society movements in many continents were taken up this as a local movement and pressurized their government to come up with the health for all programs. So there is a compulsion came from people, the people's movement, to pressurize the governments to come up Alma-Ata Declaration during World Health Conference. So 1978, World Health Organizations under Alma-Ata Declarations came up with health for all. By the year 2000 program was emerged. This health for all commitment, it's a global commitment to improve health, especially for most disadvantaged populations, was renewed in 1998 by World Health Assembly. This leads to health for all for 21st century policies and programs, within which the commitment to PHC development is restated. Initial thoughts were given during 1978, but later it was nothing was happened, nothing was changed. So the people's movement were trying to pressurize their government to take up again, to firmly to implement this program during 1998. So after that, health for all for 21st century policies and programs were evolved by many governments under the pressurization came from World Health Assembly. This is the background. Primary health care is given importance by many countries, especially in developing and underdeveloped countries. So before going to see the other part, we need to understand what is health for all, because the slogan health for all, it is, as a clinical officer, you should understand what is the real meaning behind the health for all. So I hope everyone you can able to recollect the concept of health which given by WHO during 1948, which talking about not just a physical health, it's talking about the holistic health, which include physical, mental, social, and economic and political health of the individuals. So all the space of the health means a complete state of mind. It's not just talking about physical health. So the health for all, uh, it came up, it derived from the concept of health given by WHO during 1948. It is the continuation of earlier effort. So the attainment of the health for all means attainment of a level of health that will be enable every individuals lead a socially and economically productive life. So every individual should attain a level of health that will enable every individuals lead a socially and economically productive life. That the productive life is very important word here. So each and every individuals, whether it is the low income group, high income group, or middle income group, there is no difference. So all the human being, they supposed to lead, they supposed to lead, or they supposed to attain a level of health that will enable every individual to lead a socially and economically productive life. There is no hindrance, there is no backwardness in terms of economics, in terms of social concerns. Everyone should lead a productive life. For example, if you are reaching 60, the retirement age, the retirement age, that time you supposed to take rest. There is no need for doing any work. It means you are reaching the saturation point. That time you need to take rest. That time you need to uh, before 60, everyone were trying to find resources for leading a productive life. So the productive life in terms of economic aspects, in terms of social aspects, in terms of political aspects, psychological aspects. So everyone should feel they are doing something. So the productive life, everyone should feel they are productive to themselves and their families and their societies. So health for all means there is no difference. It should reach, it should insisting that attainment of a level of health that will enable every individual lead a socially and economically productive life. So this is the slogan were derived from Almata declarations. The entire primary health, the concept of primary healthcare centered around the health for all slogan. So now we were moving to the definition of primary healthcare. This definition also derived from Almata Conference. The Almata Conference emphasized essential healthcare based on practical, scientifically sound, and socially acceptable method and technology made universally accessible to individuals and families in the community through their full participations and at a cost that the community and the country can afford to maintain at every stage of their development in the spirit of self-reliance and self-determination. So it's one of the holistic definition about primary health care. It's talking about any essential health care. It should based on essential health care based on a practical component. It scientifically it should be sound and socially accepted methods and technology made universally accessible to every individuals and families in the community through their full participations at the cost that community and country can afford to maintain at every stage of their development in the spirit of self-reliance and self-determination. Just a minute. Yes. Yeah. So the computer room. Ija, the computer room key irka? Ah, the whole room is open. Ah. Oh. யார்கிட்ட சாவி இருக்கு? Okay. Even yeah, maybe we can do it tomorrow. Sorry. So this definition emphasizing any the essential healthcare supposed to be a practical company. It should be a practical one. Then it should be scientifically sound, socially accepted, and technology made available, or technology should be available universally. It should be available as well as universally accessible to individuals and families in the community through their full participation. Here, so several things were spoken here, but the main point emphasized here: whatever technology in the name of health it comes, it's supposed to be accepted and accepted by the community. Without their participation, nothing is going to happen. So the community should accept and also to give their full participations. It should be affordable to everyone. So ultimately, it's not only talking about community, it also talking about at macro level. So whatever countries or whichever countries they are standing, they are supposed to develop primary health care through the effort of self-reliance and self-determination. Each and every country who are developing this primary healthcare mechanisms, it's supposed to be self-reliant and self-determination. So without local people's participation, the self-reliance and self-determination is not going to come up. Without local people's contribution and active participation, it is not going to make any sense. That's what this definition is emphasizing. So this definition is talking about the practical components, then scientifically sound technologies, socially accepted one, then technology should be universally accessible to individuals and families through their fullest participations at the cost of community and the country. It's also the minimum cost to afford. The country also to maintain a self-reliance and self-determination when they are making these things available to their people. So now, I hope you understand the concept of primary health care. Now we were moving to, there are, under this definitions, I emphasize, there are a few things were important. The definition emphasized again and again. Primary health care is an essential healthcare component. Then the primary health care is supposed to be scientifically sound one. It is not talking about traditional or unscientific things. The primary health care, it is talking about scientifically sound one. Then it should be socially acceptable method and also technologically viable. Then it should be universally accessible. So that's the one the Alma-Ata declarations emphasizing through its definitions. Again, I'm emphasizing essential. It is an essential healthcare. It should be a scientifically sound. Then it should be socially acceptable by method and technology. Then it should be a universally accessible one. Now we were moving to, again, I'm few things under primary healthcare. See, the primary healthcare, every community is depending, because the primary healthcare is the component which gives easy access. So the needs of the residents, it's going to be met. It's going to be met under primary healthcare. The health needs of the residents, it's supposed to be within 5,000 populations. Every 5,000 populations should have a primary health centers. Every 500 populations, they should have a health post. Then every 5,000 families, they should have a primary health center. Every 50,000 families, they should have a district hospitals. So this setups will be supposed to meet the needs of the local residents. Then availability of healthcare providers. When you are setting up the infrastructure, you should make sure, as a country, you should make sure the human resources. Now we are moving to primary healthcare. There are 5 principles were laid down under Almata declarations. These principles were central to the primary healthcare. These principles were it's a guiding ethos or guiding principles for healthcare, primary healthcare programs. There are 5. The first one is equitable distributions. Equitable distributions. The principles of equitable distributions. Equitable distributions means maybe the budget allocation is supposed to be equally distributed without any discriminatory manner. For each health post supposed to get equal amount of budgetary allocations as well as supplies. So equal distribution is supposed to be maintained at the primary healthcare level. Then community participation is emphasized. Then intersectoral coordination is emphasized. Intersectoral coordination is much more needed in primary healthcare because the certain diseases can be dealt at health post. It's supposed to be the second level of our curative services. You need to refer them to district hospitals. Then if it is a specialty issue, you need to send them to UTH. So this emphasized intersectoral coordinations. Without coordination from bottom level to top, then the things is not going to move smooth. Then the community participation is also same level because most of the health posts, the allocation of money is very less. So most of the health posts, they are looking for through the community participations, most of the health posts were maintained because the local health committees, the people who are living at local level, they are contributing their voluntary work. Those who are part of the health committees, they are doing, most of the community health workers, they are doing voluntary work. Then appropriate technology. It is not just about medical thing. It also encourage the primary healthcare is also encouraged to involve appropriate technology. For example, improving the nutritional security. Improving one of the component is emphasizing food security under primary healthcare. So to improve the food security, you need to establish different mechanisms to meet the food securities. So the role of primary health centers to encourage the people to make backyard farming or the kitchen garden. So they are doing different things to make the appropriate technologies also involved. Then the decentralization. These are all the principles. So whatever programs they are evolving, these principles are centered. The program supposed to be centered around the above mentioned principles. Any program, it's supposed to the concentration is supposed to be equitable distributions. Then it should have a community participation components. Then it should encourage intersectoral coordinations. Then appropriate technology. Then decentralization. So now we were moving to elements of primary healthcare. Different elements or different components were involved in primary healthcare. That's the one we are going to see. So under Almata, the education is one of the major components. So education concerning the prevailing health problems and methods of preventing and control them. So it talking about different things. The first and foremost thing, educating the community on prevailing health issues. How to control, prevent and control the health issues through educations. That's one of the major area. The second one, the promotion of food supply and proper nutrition. Third one, adequate supply of safe water and basic sanitations. Then maternal and child health care, including family planning. These are all the 4 items. These are all the remaining things are coming. This is the major area where emphasized under the elements of primary healthcare. Apart from this 4, there are